Union and intersection of sets and Venn diagram. Let us determine the intersection and union of the given sets. For set A, we have the numbers 9, 10, 12, 18, and 20. B, we have the numbers 10, 12, 19, 21, and 22. Let us now find for the intersection of the sets A and B. The intersections of the sets A and B are those elements or numbers that belong to both the two sets. In our given examples, or in our given problem, we can see that 10 belongs to both A and B. 10 belongs to the intersection of the sets A and B. We can write 10 here. And we also have 12. 12 is present on both A and B. We can write 12 here. There are no more numbers that belongs to both A and B. Therefore, only 10 and 12 belongs to the intersection of A and B. And let us now find the union of the sets A and B. The elements that belong to the union of the sets A and B are those elements that are present in A and B, all elements that are in A and B, and if there are two elements that both belong to A and B, you write only once. We have here 9. It is present in A. Okay, so we can write that. And we have 10, but it is both present in A and B. We will write only once. The same for 12, although it is present in both A and B, we will only write once. And then we have 18, 19, 20, 21, and 22. So these are the elements or numbers that are in the union of sets A and B. And these are our final answers. Let's have here the two sets. Let's have set Y, and then we have set Z. We have the following elements. We have A, C, D, and E. And for set Z, we have the following elements. We have A, B, C, E, and F. We will find the intersection and the union of the two sets. The intersection of the sets Y and Z are those elements that are present in both the two sets. Letter A is present in Y, and it is present also in letter Z. It belongs to the intersection of the two sets. We can write it here. C is present in both sets. It belongs to the intersection of Y and Z. We can write it here. And then E. Letter E is present in both the two sets. We can write it here in the intersection of Y and Z. And let us now find for the union of Y and Z. The union of Y and Z are those elements that can be found in Y and can also be found in Z. If the element is present in both the two sets, you write only once. Let's just like letter A here. A is present in both Y and Z. We will write only once. C, or rather B here, is present in Z, so we will write B here. C is present twice. It is both in Y and Z. We will only write once. And then we have letter D. E is present in both Y and Z, write only once. And then we have F. So these are the elements that are the union of both Y and Z, and these are the elements that are the intersection of the sets Y and Z. And these are our final answers. Let us have the two sets. We have set A and we will have set B. The elements are 2, 5, 9, 15, and 20. And for set B, the elements are 1, 3, 4, 7, and 10. We will find the intersection and the union of the two sets. For the intersection of sets A and B, for the intersection of the sets A and B, these are elements that can be found in both A and B. Okay, let's check. 2 is only 1 can only be found in B, 2 can only be found in A, and then 5. Okay, it seems that there are no elements that can be found on both A and B. Now, since there are no elements that can be found on both the two sets, our answer here will be this symbol. This symbol is also called the null symbol. So our answer for the intersection of the sets A and B on this given problem is null. Let us now find for the union of A and B. For the sets A and B are all the elements that are present in elements A and B. So our 1 is present on B. We'll write that. We also have there 2. We have 3. We have 4, 5. And then we have 7, 9, 10, 15, and 20. Since there are no elements that are intersecting the two sets, all the elements here belong to the union of the two sets. Therefore, these are now our final answers. Here are our two sets. We have set X and set Y. For set X, we have the following values, 0 or the following element, 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And for set Y, we have here null. Let us now find for the intersection and union of sets X and Y. For the intersection of X and Y, now since the set Y here has null elements and set X has the following elements, we can say that the intersection of the two sets, when one of them has null elements, the intersection is also equal to null. And let us now find for the union of the two sets. The union of the two sets now, if one of the set has null elements, all the elements of the remaining set will be the union of those two elements. So the union of X and Y here will be the elements of X. And we have 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And these are our final answers. And for our next problem, we have the sets of X and Y. Elements are 8, 9, 12, and 14. And for set Y, our elements are 9, 10, 12, and 13. We will make a Venn diagram for the union and intersection of the given sets. Now, if we will represent this just as X and Y, this will be the diagram for X, and this will be for y. So they are separated. And x here has the following elements. We have 8, 9, 12, and 14. And y has the following elements: 9, 10, 12, and 13. But we have to represent the Venn diagram for the union and intersection of the given sets. Okay, so we have to erase this, and then we will make a Venn diagram with intersection. So this will now be for x, and there will be an intersection. So they will be intersecting here. This is for y. Now, the intersection here, so this intersection, this will now be the intersection of x and y. Okay. And the remaining here, the whole, this will be the union of x and y. Okay, let us now get the values for the intersection and the union of x and y. The intersection of x and y are those elements that are present in both x and y. 8 is present in x but is not present in y. But we have here 9. 9 is present in x. It is also present on y. We will put here 9 on the intersection of x and y. And then we also have 12. 12 is present on both x and y. We will put here 12. So the elements that are the intersection of x and y, we have 9 and 12. So we will put here 9 and 12. And we will now get the union of the x and y. The union of x and y are all the elements or all the numbers, provided that we will not repeat or we will not write more than once those elements that are present on both the sets. We have here the element 8, and 9 is present on both x and y. We will write only once. We have 9, and then we have 10. 12 is present on both x and y. We will write only once. And then we have 13 and 14. These are the elements that are on the union of x and y. For x, we have 8. 9 is already here on the intersection, so we do not need to write it here. And then 12 is already here on the intersection, so we will only write here 8 and 14. How about for the y, the remaining y? 9. 9 is already here on the intersection. 10, so we have here 10. 12 is already on the intersection, and we have 13. Okay, so this is now the Venn diagram for the union and intersection of the given sets. And these are our final answers.